highlighted out in the eastern Atlantic for potential development over the coming days. One that we've been talking about, that's Invest 92. The other, a wave that is just emerging off of Africa. Now, one thing I will say is that the models have been doing a fairly good job of kind of sniffing out these systems, and there have been strong signals on this one developing even days ago, whereas this one also was picked up by the models, but a far less chance of development. And right now, that chance is fairly low. We'll focus on Invest 92 because storms are trying to get going around a very broad center of circulation. Good outflow in the mid and upper levels, meaning it has room to grow in the atmosphere, and conditions do look favorable for this one to become our next named storm. One thing that is positive, though, is that it does look like it's going to avoid the islands completely. It may be an issue for Bermuda as we head into the early to mid part of next week, but this one as well staying well away from the United States. Typically, though, as we get later into the season, those systems out toward Africa would have 2 weeks to go before impacting us, even if they were coming straight here. So I tend to look a little bit closer to home. There is an area of thunderstorms kind of around the Yucatan Channel, not showing any signs of development. And the models are not very aggressive with any development in the Gulf or Northwestern Caribbean in the next 10 days. This is a look at 3 of the ensemble members. This is the GFS. Now, as I kind of explaining what these are, every time the GFS model is run, sometimes 30 to 40 times, each time it sees if there is a little surface low depicted by the model. And when you start to see a few lines, that's showing some signals of development. The Euro, not nearly as aggressive, with only a few of the member runs showing kind of a surface low trying to get going. And then the Google DeepMind AI model shows absolutely nothing. So as of right now, there is very low signals for any development near home as we go through September 26th, so the next 10 plus days. So tropics remain quiet. On radar locally, we do have a few thunderstorms around, some lightning strikes associated with some of these storms rolling into northern Washington Parish, a little lightning to the east of Amite, north of Amite, and just to the east of Independence, and then a few showers that are around the Ontario area. Looks like one little lone shower north of Montague at the moment, because otherwise we've stayed under mostly sunny skies, but a few of those cooling showers do help us out. 93 again, our high for the day, like we were yesterday, running above the average of 88 degrees. I don't really see temperatures getting back to average till maybe sometime next week. 90 is our current temperature. Not much of a heat index as dew points are in the 60s. Not exactly a dry air mass, but certainly it could be worse even in mid-September with temperatures. Look at this, with some rainfall nearby. Bogalusa's at 79, otherwise upper 80s north of the lake. And those dew point values again in the 60s. And that looks to continue through the weekend. By early next week, there are some indications we may start to see a stronger southerly wind, which would then start helping to increase the humidity. And as far as the temperatures go, normal high is 88. I don't see us getting back to even near normal through the rest of this week. And in fact, it's not just us. Most of the nation is baking under the heat. Temperatures are in the 90s as far north as Minnesota, Minneapolis, Minnesota, and even above normal temperatures well into Canada. You have to go much farther north to find any of the colder air. What we need is one thing that you have over in the North Pacific, deep upper trough. If we get that over the central part of the nation, that's what helps bring down that colder Canadian fall-like air. No signs of that happening through the weekend. Some indications as we get into early next week, some deepening into the upper troughs, but that looks to probably keep more of the Great Lakes states with more of a temperature drop than anyone else. So we continue to bake. As soon as we start getting the cold fronts, that's when we can breathe that sigh of relief with the tropics. But thankfully, nothing in the future for us, at least locally. 92 our high over the next several days, at least with the lower humidity. Our mornings and evenings do feel a little bit more comfortable. May start to see a few more spotty showers heading into early next week.